What's up, guys? Studfit here, Strat of the Week. Hope you're enjoying the Berlin Tour, aka Back to Normal Tour, back to aka pulling 100 pipes that we don't need to pull on, aka login bonuses, all that fun stuff. So this is back to a normal tour, except for it's a city tour, and for that reason, it's also a buy one get one free on the Strat of the Week. It's a two-part combo. This first part is actually not a true strat of the week. It's essentially just trying to help you get through a tricky part. I think this is very obvious little part of the track where you can actually get an additional item box here in the left subway car. Most of you are very familiar with this. You take that little carve out and then get that ramp. But where I wanted to kind of point things out is it's actually a little tricky to keep combo through there. Want to point a couple things out. First off, you want to hold your drift going into this cone. This cone is so important. If it were not for this cone, it would be even trickier to hold that combo. You're going to want to knock that cone and just slide right in. Thankfully, it's almost kind of like imagine that icicle that sticks out for Rosalina Ice World, where you hit that icicle, boom, you're automatically going right every single time, even if you're like hitting the left side of that icicle. Um, Thankfully, it knows that you're trying to go in there, and so it will bring you in there. But you hold that drift the whole way through it. It might look kind of weird because you're still drifting, but you're kind of going straight. Anyway, you're still holding that drift the whole way through this, the whole way through that cone, the whole way through this subway car, and you don't really release it until right there at the exit of the subway car. Boom, right? So you're coming out, boom, you're releasing right there, and then you immediately side left drift there, and hopefully you're able to maybe try to get a couple different try to get two different coins there. Again, as you're drifting, you can kind of keep a wider, especially if you have the crawly card, because it's just a little wider card anyway. But get two coins there. That's really all I wanted to talk about for part one. You probably already know about that inbox. I stumbled upon it on my first lap. Everyone almost did. So no bragging there. But it is hard to keep combo unless you know that you have to drift through that cone. Hopefully that helps. All right, here's the real the real strat of the week. Many of you very familiar with this entrance. No matter where you're coming in out of that starting block, this is going to be an interesting approach. Um, there are a number of different cars here. If you're going straight, you're going to hit those blue cars, and you're like, "Oh, this is fun. This is pretty easy. I'm gliding. I'm bouncing off stuff. This is a pro." But it's actually a little too easy. If you'd like to get a couple different jump boosts, again, for each person and their setup, it's going to be a different points balance here. But one thing you can do is you can actually go down, bounce off the cars, boom, boom, come down and bounce off of these, and really let off right about here. Just hopefully in time to be able to get those coins. I tried for these videos. It's easier without traffic, but typically when I'm in the left starting block, I actually go back and do the left side of the cars. It's actually easier for me if you hit that left side of the cars, blue car, and then right side, because you can actually kind of line up to get 1, 2, 3 in a line. This is a little trickier because you have to kind of sidestep left, so then sidestep right again. But I really wanted to get used to it because when you're coming back on lap two, you notice that this middle ramp is down, the side ramp up. So I just want to get used to hitting that right side of the cars, and just really get used to this left and then back right, so that lap two I can also do it. But for me, what I like to do is I kind of like to line up my driver right there. In many cases, I try to just barely see the cars and just enough to be able to know where they are. And then if you notice that stoplight or that street light there, one of the things that I do is I just kind of see that stoplight, and once I get to it, once I can kind of brake parallel with that stoplight, I guess it's not a stoplight, it's a lamp, a street lamp. Once I kind of break that plane, that's when I really push up with my finger in order to go down with the cards. So as I'm going down here, you don't have to pull back up. Once you go down, if you're hitting right on the top of the car, you automatically bounce back up. So you almost want to go up, up, like a swipe up, swipe up. Don't swipe down. You don't have to do that. It's automatically going to happen there. You want to do these two quick, boom, boom. It doesn't necessarily matter what part of the car, but I will say that sometimes if you catch in between those two cars, it'll actually kind of like level you straight up, and it's really it's really hard to get this next one versus kind of bumping and then just kind of shooting. You'll notice in real time this is a much longer glide. You really have to go boink, boink, and then you can glide out. I'm still actually pushing down when that is happening. And then after I hit it, I pull up and I'm able to kind of get a little bit longer time. And of course, I have a mushroom and somebody else is shooting a mushroom at me. But I think you get the point. Boom. And then you can kind of barely graze it and you're still going pretty far. But that glide time, I mean, you're crushing some serious glide time there. So back again from the very beginning, I get a little mini turbo in here just to go, just for fun, extra little points there. But pull up, pull up, and then just this part almost kind of does it by itself, and then you really just move your finger down in order to actually have your glider go up. Again, it's kind of that inverse action. So when I say you're gliding up, I'm talking about your finger. Your cart is actually, or, your actual glider is gliding down. But hopefully you end up in first place after a couple nice hits there, and then you're able to kind of get another item box. So again, right from all from scratch, get a little mini turbo in there just for the extra 47 points, whatever it might be for you. Push your finger up, push your finger up. Let the kind of the rest do itself. You might have to push a little bit, but then you push down on your thumb to glide back up, and you're on your way to a nice head start with a nice little action there. For me, using the crawly cart, getting that slipstream is helpful. So front running right from the first block may not be the best answer for you, but for me, it works out great. So again, there's a little two-part series, little buy one get one free. I hope that helps. Want to get ahead of it early. The rundown is coming. I'm pretty excited. There's a lot of changes when it comes to the packs specifically. I'm trying to diagnose exactly what's happened there. Some unique buffs because there's city tracks here, but hopefully this is helpful to get you by for the next few days and get used to this track. So good luck and enjoy Berlin.